This is your third and final assignment of this week, and again, you can do this on regular notebook paper. So you're going to have this problem number 1, where you're going to graph y equals x squared plus 8x plus 5. Make sure you clearly label the vertex. Also use the quadratic formula it's the same problem, quadratic formula, and then how your answers to this relate back to your graph. Explain that. So that one you're going to do as your assignment. So to understand how this works, I'm going to do number 2 with you. So to graph this problem, remember, you can type into Desmos to help you, but remember to find the vertex. We talked about that a couple weeks ago. Is negative b just divided by 2a helps you find the vertex. So negative 2 divided by 6 equals negative 1/3. So it's kind of hard to draw that, but our axis of symmetry is at negative 1/3, and that means our vertex is located at negative 1/3 comma something. Okay, how you can do that you can again type it into Desmos and you'll see it, but I'm going to do this on my calculator. Oops. So negative 1/3 squared, 3 times negative 1/3 squared plus 2 times negative 1/3 plus 1. And then that's 0.6 repeating, but as a fraction, that is 2/3. So negative 1/3 comma 2/3. So our vertex is right here. Okay, and then if we would graph a couple more points, we're going to see that the graph looks like this. And let's see what happens when we do the quadratic formula. So here's our A, B, and C. It all starts with negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4 times A times C would be 12. So we have 4, or wait. What did I do wrong? Okay, remember it's negative 4 times A times C, which is negative 12. So we have 4 minus 12 all over 2A. 2 times 3 is 6. Notice this is a negative number. 2 plus or minus square root of negative 8 divided by 6. That's not allowed. You cannot have a negative inside of a square root, so it's no solution. And how does that relate to the graph? It has, I'm going to draw here, I'm going to say no x-intercepts. So the answers that you get are the places where your graph crosses the x-axis. I will say on number 1, it is going to cross, so you're going to name the points where those cross. Okay, the next question you're going to do is number 3, and when you read this, you maybe don't know where to plug in these numbers, but I plugged them in for you. So your equation, this is about a ball thrown from a height of 15 feet with a velocity of 5 feet per second. So here's my equation. If you want to type that into Desmos, you can, but you should know that it's going to be an upside down parabola. And I want to make sure that, you can just kind of draw a parabola, but what I want you guys to do is label the vertex and the solution. Okay, so the highest point, hopefully you guys can tell which one of these is the highest point, and when the ball hits the ground, hopefully you can do that. So again, type in this equation to Desmos and find these values and answer the questions here. Number 4 is bonus. If you want to try that, you can. And number 5 is quadratic formula. You should be familiar with that. Number 6 is bonus. If you want to do another quadratic formula, make sure you remember to move the 19 over. So this is kind of just showing you understand what we've been learning. Email me if you guys have any questions. But again, just to recap, you're going to do number 1. If you want to pause this video and write that down and answer the questions. I just did number 2 with you. You're going to finish number 3. If you want to write that down, you're going to label this point and this point. Answer the questions. 4 is bonus, optional. And 5 is an assignment using quadratic formula. Number 6 is bonus.